What's up, guys? We are live. We are live. We are live. Man, I look really red. The sun's coming down right now, so I could see that every time I do this, the sun's actually right here. I always look really red. Oh my gosh. What's up, guys? We'll sit tight, see if anybody jumps on. If not, I'll start rambling on as usual. Let me drink some water. I don't know what it is. Every time I jump on the live, for whatever reason, 2 minutes in, my throat's like itching and I'm like struggling to talk. I don't know. Maybe it's my nerves or I don't know. Who knows? Oh man, what an interesting day today. What an interesting day. It's been kind of a crazy one. Don't forget to hit that like button. I always forget to say it. I always say it at the end if I even remember. Hold on one second. Oh, that was boring. Okay. Um, Just a quick update, guys. We are getting ready, man. It's like countdown now to go to New Mexico. So if anyone wants to do a donation, all that stuff, our links are up by the, what is it called? Like the banner, or I don't even know what it's called. What's up, man? What's going on? Kids, say hi to, hey guys, what's going on? We'll be out there soon. I was just saying we'll be out there soon. I don't know how many days now. I think it's like 11 days. I forgot to check. I wasn't planning on going live today, but I've been sitting here for like 35 minutes waiting for some orders. And so I kind of drove this morning for a couple of hours. And then it was steady. But then I went home to work on editing and had lunch and all that for a few hours and then came back out. And sometimes it just doesn't take off until a little bit later in the evening. So I'm just kind of sitting here. So what better thing to do than to do a live and kind of hang out with you guys. Otherwise, I'm just literally sitting here watching YouTube or reading a book or, a book on Premiere that I have and all that stuff, man. They're excited. My calls you TRN now. Let me see what they say. Oh, my boy calls you TRN now. That's cool, man. TRN. Don't forget to check out TRN Family. That's where we have all the family stuff. This channel's all Cobra Kai and I guess manly stuff. I don't know. I don't even know how that happened, but it is what it is. But cool, guys. I'm excited to go out there. Me and my buddy will go out there in, a little under 2 weeks. Hold on. Marn's texting me real quick. Oh, she says she's driving home right now. She's tired. Yeah, I don't know, man. Well, when she catches the replay, I hope she drives safe. But Martin and I both today, like we were saying, man, we sleep pretty good, but for whatever reason, we're feeling really exhausted right now. So I think for me, it has to do with my sinuses. I'm having sinus infection, so my eyes are irritated, my throat's irritated. And for whatever reason, even though I feel like I sleep, for whatever reason, like I feel like it wears me down. And so today, I was just super exhausted. I was driving. It was early. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning, guys. I'm driving and I'm like falling asleep. I'm like, oh man. So I decided like at 12:30 to take a break for a couple hours, went home. So, but yeah, man, we're excited to go out there. It should be fun. It says, bro, Urban Cafe says, bro, we're running on fumes too. Life, I guess. I know. You know what? I'll send you this link, Mike. I saw this thing on Facebook. I can't remember if it was Facebook or Instagram, but I tagged Marn on it that had to do with like parenting and how if you're suffering from it, you need to take this medicine and stuff. But, it's kind of like a meme, but it's hilarious, man. So I think that was on... I think it might have been on my personal one. I don't even know, but I'll send it to you, man. But when I saw this today, I saw it at like 6:45 in the morning as I was ironing clothes, man. The 40 ounce. There you go. No, that'll probably help too, though. That'll definitely help. But it's those commercials for like if you take this pill. There's always something like some commercial about taking a pill. And what's up, Generate? Thanks for stopping by. Taking some pills. So it's kind of like a meme like that, but about parenthood. And it's just, you're always a train wreck because you're raising kids and all that. And so it's pretty funny, man. I'll send it out to you. I don't know which social media I put it on, but yeah, man, I'm just kind of hanging out, doing a lot more preparation too for the trip out to you guys in New Mexico. And I'm glad you guys like that kind of mock video that we created for it, because I think it's going to be cool, man. Here's how I knew we were onto something, Mike. Since it's probably just us kind of shooting it today, is I showed it to a couple people and they're like, I want to eat that burger. That's when I knew. I was like, okay, man, I think we're onto something with this commercial that we're going to shoot. And it's kind of a all beefy burger. And, you know, what's funny is I forgot to tell you this, Mike, I was actually looking for like footage, you know, like when you're prepping and you're grilling, like for tomatoes and all that. And then I realized there's none in the burger, so I cut all that stuff out. That's why there's that long scene with the bread, because there was other stuff that was in there. And I was just like, man, this is an all meat burger, man. This is like a all beef burger, man. It's probably juicy and yummy grill goodness, man. So I think that was actually a pretty cool little kind of mock video that we created. All meat and cheese, homie. That's what I was saying, man. I was just like, it didn't dawn on me until I was editing. I'm like, wait a minute, there's not even any cheese. There's not even any lettuce or anything in here. I was like, okay, cool. Those are the best burgers, man. It reminds me of, I think Jack in the Box has that ultimate cheeseburger where it's just cheese and burgers, and you like feel that in your stomach for a week after that thing, man. But yeah, man, we're getting ready, and what I was gonna share today is, so you know, as we're prepping for all this stuff to go out to New Mexico, that's been kind of like my priority. And me and my buddy Nick already talked, dude. We're gonna shoot some Cobra Kai stuff out there. If like wherever we end up at like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm not sure if it'll be in Arizona. It might be as we're kind of getting into New Mexico. I don't really know. But wherever we're at, man, you better believe we're going to get out of the car and shoot some Cobra Kai stuff with that backdrop, you know, of being out there. So it should be really, really fun, man. But, you know, I kind of was able today when I went home, I said, you know what? I got to like put some energy into the documentary that we're shooting. And so I kind of started putting all the footage together, and maybe one day I will do a live to show all you guys this, whether it's a Cobra Kai video, documentary, just kind of like, what is the process like? And so right now I was just sorting all of the footage, and there's like 100 videos that I filmed, probably like, I don't even know how many pictures that we took. And I'm looking at them like, whoa, this is much bigger than I even thought it was. And we're not even done filming it yet. I was like, okay. So I was kind of like separating all the footage and all that fun stuff. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to start working on the trailer. And so I had already pre-planned out the trailer for the documentary. And so I already found some music for it that's kind of like exhilarating and kind of interesting. And so I started piecing it together, man. And so that's where I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be cool. So it's going to have a really cool tone to it. So even without the documentary being done, dude, I have so much footage I can piece together something that would look interesting, thought-provoking, and make you just kind of want to see what this thing is about, just from what the footage I have now. And so there was like some interesting things that we filmed, whether it's, you know, me talking to the camera, or, you know, when there was this scene, and I know I'm going to probably put it in the trailer, where I was actually driving and filming and kind of talking to the camera, and then I saw one live, and I'm like, there's another one, and I'm like, go bust a U-turn. That really happened, and so that's going to end up in a documentary, and I think there may even be a snippet of that ends up in the trailer, but it was real. Like, that all happened when I was going on this hunt that one day, where we found like 7 or 8 more all in one day, and the community was telling us where to go, and it was like crazy. So I think it's going to be a really cool trailer to start setting the tone for the documentary and what it was about. So as I'm kind of like grouping and piecing it together, it's kind of cool because I don't remember all the stuff I filmed. There's just so many videos and different things. The only one that I really, really remember is actually interviewing the artist. Like, I remember that because I was involved with it. But all the little clips and things that were happening, there's so many of them that happen in one day. So it's cool when you start to go back to watch the footage. And it's cool when I went back to watch footage that I shot up on a trail, when I was actually really looking to see if there was anything that he had done up there. And so, what's up, Cobra Kai? What's going on, man? Thanks for joining in. Just kind of talking about the documentary. And hey, man, I'm going to film some stuff for Cobra Kai in the next couple of weeks for like the intro trailer. Some of it here. We're going on a road trip to New Mexico, so I'm probably going to shoot some stuff out there. And, you know, just some cool backdrops. If we can get a backdrop of like, even if it's the desert out in Arizona, I don't even care. I know we can do something to make like that intro for every video of season 3 that I do, that it has like a little, 18-second trailer or whatever in the beginning. I think we can shoot some really cool stuff, man. But I'm kind of getting pumped about this documentary and just piecing it together. And so it's really cool to watch the footage that was filmed. Some of the stuff was filmed like 3-4 weeks ago. And so I was kind of going through it and sifting it and getting it prepared. And that's when I love it, man, because when you start looking at the footage, you start thinking of all these ideas of how you can piece it together and how you can piece together all these shots. And so a trailer is just a version of that that's like on steroids, because it's like boom, 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 all these different images. And so it should be really cool. But I think I can paint the picture that I want with the footage that I currently have. And then we probably won't finish filming, probably, I don't know, maybe first week of March. Like next couple of weeks, I'm going to do a couple of things. Me and my buddy Nick are going to film some stuff. Maybe my friend Amin, which did the interview with me and Ryan, the artist. We may go out and film some other stuff, some reshoots of some things. And then we're getting closer, man. So I'm really excited. So it should be a lot of fun, man. These are like projects that are kind of, I have them stacked on top of each other. And hold on, just checking. I saw an alert. Thought it was from Grubhub. And then just kind of working on some projects, man. So I'm really excited about that. And I've been kind of like waiting for stuff for Cobra Kai, guys, like waiting. And I found myself starting to look around to see if there's anything, and nada, still nothing, man. So it's tough. It's tough. I'm waiting for that too, man. I'm excited to see what they have in store. And I don't care what happens, man. I don't care if I'm working a day job. For like those 48 hours after it gets released, I'm calling out. I don't care, man, because I'm going to knock out a ton of videos all in the same day. And so with all the upgraded equipment, dude, I got to knock these projects out like super fast now. It's crazy. Most of the time, it took me forever to export all of those videos. All of those old Cobra Kai videos, guys, they used to take me like an hour and a half to export them. It was like ridiculous. It would take me like 4 to 5 hours to edit them. And just because my laptop sucked. And then I got an iMac, and it's like, broop, 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 done. It's like, I think the last one I did, I don't even know how long, but it was the last 10-minute video that I just exported. It did it in like 2 minutes. 2.5 minutes versus an hour and a half. So can you imagine when Cobra Kai comes out, it could be like, I'm just going to power through and film through like as many as I can and start pumping them out. So within, 48 hours, all 10 of them are out. Maybe even 24 hours. I don't know. But I don't know if I can do that many. But I might. I don't know. That'd be like a huge, 8 to 10 hour like binge watch of watching all of those. They're usually about 35 to 40 minutes of binge watching and filming them. But the thing is, guys, like if I binge watch all of them in a row, then it takes longer. It'll be 18 hours before the first reaction video drops. And that just that's kind of like, you kind of miss the train on that, you'll miss the timing of it with the algorithm. So I think I'm going to watch like 3 or 4 and then cut those up, send them out, and then do the next 3 or 4. So over the 48 hours, you'll get all 10 episodes. At least that's my strategy, but we'll see what happens. Urban Cafe, got to go shopping for tomorrow, bro. Catch up with you tomorrow. Be safe. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Anyone else? Anything else going on in your guys' world? I appreciate you guys dropping by. I know it's over here in California. It's about 5:50 or 5:48 or something like that. My watch is ahead. I know it is. And sun's coming down. I'm just getting ready for my night shift of doing Grubhub. I usually do it twice a day, early morning and then in the evening. And usually during the day is when I do all the other stuff, editing, or I meet up with my mentors and all that kind of stuff. Cobra Kai 2 says Miguel Diaz going to the dark side. Thoughts? I think I've talked about this before, man. I think that there will be a moment that he will go to like that dark, because it's just human nature, man. When you are like, and I've shared this before, like when I had knee surgery, which isn't even remotely close to that, but when you're in pain, when you're uncomfortable, you're like angry at everyone, man. When I had knee surgery, and by the way, it's hurting again because it's cold outside, so it's been bugging me when I drive at night. You get like angry at the world. And then what happens is when you feel helpless, when you feel like you can't do your normal stuff, like simple stuff like walking. I remember I had the hardest time for like 2 months, even just walking. I had like a cane and all this. Dude, I hated everyone. I hated the world, man. And so like any little thing like was pushing me to that darker and darker side of just like getting angry and hating life. So I think that there may be some episodes, and it may be half the season. I don't know, because we don't know what the time span is. But if we just kind of stay within that window of 2 months, like 2 to 3 months is the kind of the window that each season has been. I would definitely say that first month, if he's conscious and all that stuff, he's gonna hate everybody. He's gonna be angry. He's gonna be angry towards everybody that has to do with either Cobra Kai, Johnny, who knows? Maybe even his mom, because what happens is your mom starts to give you a lecture, right? About I told you, and then you get angry. At least that's what happened to me most of my life. And so I think he's gonna be in this dark place. But I don't see it happening for the entire season, because what we loved about this character was that, yeah, he's a badass. He learned karate and all that, but there's this softer side to him, man. And there's this side of him that's looking for like a father, and if you're a true hard like badass and that you don't care, you don't show that side of yourself. Even though it might be there, you don't show it. But with Miguel, like we got to see from the beginning how he was much softer and very humble and very almost goofy and funny, right? And then he turned into like Miguel, so that person's still there, man. And like what I'm hoping for is that we get to see him go through this journey, this mental journey. Because I'm telling you, man, like physical journeys, those are tough. Like that's going to be tough on him, but it's more of the mental, and the mental stuff is what can break you down. The mental stuff is where you start to lose hope. And once you lose hope, it's all downhill, man. So that's where I really hope to see him kind of go through that dark, but then he finds his way out to the light. And that's the Miguel that we're looking for. And that's the Miguel that we know. But it may take a whole season. I don't know. It may take half to a whole season, and it may play out this whole entire season that he's injured the whole thing. If it's only 2-3 months, or even if it's 6 months, man, he's not gonna recover from no back injury in 6 months. And I can't see them pushing like a whole year. Like that's just dumb, they want to create more and more seasons, so it makes sense to keep the time frame small so we can keep expanding the Cobra Kai universe. So I hope that answers. I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure if that answered anyone's questions, but let me see. Detective Bat 2024, just patiently waiting for news on Cobra Kai Season 3. Same here, man. Same here. I'm like, every day I'm like following and double checking and looking. It's bad when you like Google. I don't know if you guys have done this and just go like Cobra Kai Season 3 news, ? Because you can't find anything. There's like nothing going on, man. And so that's why I've been a little bit quiet too, because it's kind of on a personal level, I love Cobra Kai, but it's like kind of like beating a dead horse. There's only so many things you could talk about. But I'm telling you, man, once that trailer drops, it's on like Donkey Kong, because now we can have, even if it's only 30 seconds, now we can visually see some things that are happening. And then it's on like Donkey Kong, man. So, and then it'll be a lot of fun that way. Cobra Kai Johnny Season 3 thoughts. Yeah, like, I think we are going to have to see the destruction of Johnny. Like, because I want you to think about this. Just think about it really quick. So we caught Johnny. He wasn't in train wreck status yet. Still alcoholic, don't get me wrong. Still had a crap attitude, don't get me wrong. But he wasn't like broken, like that stage where you're at the lowest of the low, right? And that usually happens if you're battling alcoholism. You hit that low, the ultimate low. So we haven't seen that. We saw him kind of teetering on there, but at least he was still like, getting through life, if that's what you want to call it. But he hasn't hit rock bottom. And so I can see with Johnny that we got to see that rock bottom, because I don't know about you guys, man, but I love Johnny. And this is why I love him. because I hated him in Karate Kid. I was like, this jerk, this guy. And then I saw the human side. I saw a man that was trying to right the ship in his own life when he recognized that how he lived his life wasn't the code that he wanted to live by. And it was this kid, Miguel, kind of like snapped him back into being a father type person or figure in someone's life, because he missed that opportunity with his own son. And so I think there was all these moments that he was reflecting and understanding, like, I don't like who I used to be, and I don't know how to be this other person, but I'm going to try, and I'm going to really try to do that. And so that humanized him. And just remember, in Karate Kid, he was a badass, man, and then he's still badass, but I mean, you got to see a human side to this guy, and that's why I fell in love with him, man. And I'm just like, mad respect to someone who recognizes that the way that they were living their life isn't the right way to live if you want to have something more in your life. Like, it's like the alcoholism. He can go down that route. He's going to keep destroying everything, but he wants to build in his life. And I think for the first time, that's what we saw. He wants to build something and was on the verge of it. And then Kreese comes by, smacks him, kicks his leg out for him, and takes Cobra Kai back. So that's just the way it goes, So, but that's what we love about him. It's that fascination with the character who has so many layers. And this is what I know the writers continue to surprise us, because it's not a one-trick pony, man. And I see all of these other videos and comments, and it's like, dude, these guys have like managed to figure out how to peel layers back to give us versions of these characters that we never saw before. And to only think they're going to do one thing with them, like, you guys, you're not giving these writers credit. They smacked us and like stunned us in 2 seasons. Even after 1 season, we thought this would happen, and they smacked us, dude. So they're going to do that again in season 3. And we're going to see things about these characters that we didn't know about, that we didn't understand, or like the beginnings of Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai. But we're going to see elements of these characters that we never thought we would see. Even though we think we know all of these new characters, we're going to see some backstories, and a lot of backstories for the adults is what it sounds like. And it should be pretty awesome, man. So that's kind of like where I think it's going. So let me see. All I've seen is clickbait stuff like Johnny Has a Secret by Biz Hacks. There's a lot of clickbait out there, guys. And I'm going to tell you this in all like transparency. I could keep pumping out videos every single week on Cobra Kai, but there's no real content, dude. So I'm only going to put out videos that I really think. There's 2 things I do. One, that are thought-provoking to make you like think about what could happen, or 2, to share something that maybe affected me. But like just putting out clickbait, that's not my style, man. I don't. I could do that, but I don't. That's not what I'm about. So some people do it. It is what it is, and that's just the kind of way it is right now. People want to hear about it. So if you put it out there, people are going to find it, and that's just kind of the way it is, man. So, but thanks for pointing that out, though. Thoughts on Daniel season 3? So, I think with Daniel, and I'm not gonna go too deep on him, dude, but I'm gonna tell you, like, he is on the verge of the collapse. And once you build something up, you build an empire, at some moment it collapses. I think that's what we're gonna see. And I think there's a commonality in Daniel and Johnny, that they're both about to collapse. Maybe Johnny got a nudge first, but I think Daniel's is coming too. But I think with his character, he's going to go through a lot of emotional changes and a lot of emotional question marks as to what to do. Just think about where he left it with the daughter, with Sam, what's going on with the dojo. Now we know Okinawa's in there. And then we know with his wife, obviously this thing has caused a rift in their marriage. So there's all of these little fires that are building up. What's up, Rick's Barbecue? What's going on, man? Loving the Netflix reviews. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm working on some more. Next week I'm gonna shoot like 5 more. I couldn't do it this week, but I appreciate that. Thanks for jumping in. I'm kind of talking a little bit about Cobra Kai. If you haven't seen it, man, you gotta see that, Rick. Cobra Kai is dope as hell, man. And if not, you can watch all my videos too. I have a whole bunch of them. I think like 54 videos. But So I think with Daniel's character, man, it's gonna be an emotional journey for his character, and I think there's gonna be some roadblocks and some loss and some eye-opening moments for him. But I think we as the viewers kind of know, like you're treading on thin ice, man. But I think he's gonna have that self-reflection moment where he realizes his life is about to implode, and something's got to change, or he's got to get a partner to help him change it. So. Have you seen Narcos Mexican season 2? No, man. So I haven't seen it, but I have been seeing a lot of stuff. I'm like a hardcore, like I love Netflix, man. But here's what happens with me, just to be honest. So Martin and I try to watch a lot of movies because it's like a one night thing, right? You can just go and watch maybe 2 movies on a Saturday night, call it good. With series, oh my God, it is so hard to watch them in our home because, dude, I'm out from 8 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, like pretty much almost every single day driving and stuff, right? Martin's working Monday through Friday, and she doesn't get home till 7:30, 8 o'clock. And so what happens is we'll start something like on maybe a Saturday or Sunday, right? We'll say, let's try a new series. We watch like 3 episodes, right? Because you start trying to power through them, and then we have all the kids and all this craziness. And then 3 weeks later, we might watch another episode. And then usually we never get to another episode. So it's like, it's so tough to watch stuff like seasons. And so that's been my biggest downfall on Netflix, guys. There's so many things I want to watch, but it's so hard because it's like a huge investment to power through for 10 hours. And I'm lucky if me and Martin get like 2.5 hours without the kids like being crazy and all that. And it's usually after everyone goes to bed. That's when we watch Netflix or just hang out or whatever, because you got a 5-year-old and you got kids running around the house and everyone needs something, and it's just one of those things. So let me see what Rick says. Just started watching Narcos. I think that it's crazy cool, more so because I just moved to Mexico. That's right, dude. Yeah, man, I want to watch more stuff, but it's just, dang, I have to balance all of this stuff, guys. Just remember, I'm driving Grubhub all day right now. I'm a film student, still shooting stuff for YouTube, Netflix, Cobra Kai, and the family channel that we have, TRN Family. So it's like really hard. Sometimes I have to pick and choose like what I'm working on. And so that's it. But I do have at least 16 Netflix reviews, at least. That are already in the queue. Like I literally just have to turn the camera on, start filming. I have all the stuff ready for it. It's just a matter of doing it, and it's just tough. So like what I've been doing is I usually select like a day out of the month. It's usually like a Monday, and I'll just power through like 5 of them, and then the next Monday I'll do editing for something else. And so I kind of have a schedule that I'm constantly juggling all these projects with driving and then work-life balance. And so it's kind of crazy, man. It really is. And sometimes I don't even know how I do it, but if you want something bad enough, you'll find a way to make it happen, man. And so that's what's been happening to me. Make sure to check out our Instagram too, guys, because I just went to this place in Burbank, in Hollywood Burbank Airport, around there, where I saw a whole bunch of costumes and stuff that they use in a lot of the productions here in California, especially in Hollywood. But man, I was like, I saw some geese in there. I saw a whole bunch of stuff, man. I'm like, I could film a whole bunch of crazy stuff by renting this stuff. And these are legit, man. If you look at our Instagram, there was a section that had chainmail. Like, I'm not talking about the fake plastic stuff you see at a Halloween. I mean like real, looks like real chainmail. Trojan like uniforms for like the wars, Greek wars and all this crazy. It was amazing. I walked in this aisle, I'm like, what year is this? It's like 1800. It was all Western clothes and stuff. And I was like, do you know how many crazy things we can do on this channel with this place? Like, it's pretty cheap. I mean, you rent these clothes or costumes or whatever clothes for like a week, and crazy costumes, man. So check out our Instagram. It's in the links below in the description. You can take a look at some of that stuff, and I posted some of them in our story as well. But check that out, man. So, dude, I'm telling you, that gave me a whole bunch of ideas of stuff that we could film in the future as we start working on more and more projects. And so, like I said, we're getting ready to wrap up this documentary that we're shooting. We're gonna shoot that commercial for Mike, Urban Cafe, one of our viewers, one of our good buddies. And then today I was talking to another friend, Mike, about shooting something maybe for his real estate business. So things are going to pick up, man. I'm excited. And it's cool to see this transition to go from like just YouTube to actually filming different projects on a bigger scale. And then we have a short film that our mentors are filming on February 28th. And so I got to check that out too. So, all right, man. Thanks, Rick. Thanks for dropping by, man. I'm going to get on out of here, guys. It's already 6. I got to start driving. But thanks for jumping in. I appreciate it and just hanging out. My lives are always spontaneous. I never plan them. But I'm going to get going, and then we'll talk to you soon. All right, guys? Stay tuned, man. I'm out.